one would have expected or anticipated General Sanyatwe, a close ally with retired General Chiwenga, that he will not perform up to expectations, particularly after being promoted through demotion from being a military commander, commanding one of the strongest institutions in Zimbabwe, to be precisely. That is the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, which has whose duty, according to the constitution, obviously, may be confined to territorial, defending the territorial integrity. But we have seen them also stepping over to the politics of the land, also determining which president comes into power, if specifically the president of 2017, when Emmerson Mnangagwa was swayed to the current position of being a president, was paved. It was the Zimbabwe Defense Forces that went to the streets of Zimbabwe and demanded Robert Gabriel Mugabe, the then serving dictator, to actually step down as the president of Zimbabwe. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, that is the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. Is retired Sanyatwe signaling a new government? One would have thought that as a minister of sports in Zimbabwe, he would not actually, it will be hard for him to start doing his job as expected. But guess what? In his department to be specifically, there appears to be a lot of action that is taking place. I remember in the morning I was talking about the National Sports Stadium taking shape, ground there being actually prepared. Guess what? He didn't. This is not the only action that is happening within his department. He has also decided today to visit two golfers who were involved in an accident and survived. Unfortunately, one succumbed to the accident and he died. That is also an ugly story, especially about Zimbabwe. What may have actually caused this accident, I think we cannot look further than the state of the roads as a result of corruption and malfeasance, especially within the government of Emmerson Mnangagwa. Witnessing, the current sports minister, that is Sanyatwe, visiting these two survivors, two golfers, that is Victor Kache Patsonga of Malawi, as well as also Lucky Aiswere of Ghana. Just imagine coming into the country hoping to play golf, only to be involved in an accident and end up in a hospital, largely because of the state of the roads. I will keep on repeating that important point of the story. And now, he visited those two players at a hospital. It's called Kensington Clinic. That is in Harare, most probably one of the few clinics with such beds, and most probably they paid a lot of money. It is because these are golfers and also foreign golfers, them appearing in that hospital, appearing to be well equipped. Most probably they have paid a lot of money to receive medical attention and to be sleeping on such beds where the minister had actually to take the photo. You can see if you are visiting people in the hospital, do you have now to really pause for a picture? That on its own speak volumes that this was not just a mere visit, but the man was actually on a PR stance. I have seen a lot of action from him of late. Even the day he visited the National Sports Stadium, he began of the contractors there asking about the whereabouts of the generator, which was said to have disappeared, to just give an impression that he is serious with his job and he is anti-corruption within the Ministry of Sports. And he has promised that the next games, in fact, his department has vowed that the next games to be played at home in Zimbabwe should be played not in a foreign country, but should be played at the National Sports Stadium. We will be actually paying special attention on that particular development to see whether indeed we are going to realize a continuity of the visuals that are coming through the National Sports Stadium. So the question that I haven't dealt with, the reason why I recorded this video, is this a mirror of the government they are promising? Definitely these individuals are busy. We know that he is part of the retired General Chiwenga. That is why Mnangagwa could not trust him with the job of being a military general, being in charge of the military. And I think Chris Mutswanga confirmed that Mnangagwa removed him because he realized that he was part of retired General Chiwenga right-hand man, and there was high risk of another military coup, especially leading to the M31 protest. This channel says nothing but the truth. That was the sole reason why he was removed, because it's the right-hand man of retired General Chiwenga. But obviously they would not love to be analyzed in such a manner. But if truth be told, this is the exact reasons that the people of Zimbabwe are aware of. That is the reason, the key reason why this man was actually demoted through promotion to be in the ministry, where he is appearing to be working very, very hard, trying to outsmart other ministers. Remember, also being appointed into the Ministry of Sports may be a trap for Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, that I appointed this man, he has failed dismally. We still don't have the stadiums that are working. Exactly what the faction of Mnangagwa trolls are doing, of Mnangagwa doing on retired General Chiwenga, especially with health, that when he was appointed as Minister of Health, he fired the nurses, he fired the doctors. They blame him for the current state of health in Zimbabwe at the moment. Anyway, he should actually take the blame. If in actual terms, he should be in a position to take the blame. You cannot actually blame the regime of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa isolating retired General Chiwenga, because he has been also part of the system. I think I've always made comments. We are not making these analysis to support any faction, but we are doing so purely on a neutral basis. Definitely, are they campaigning, exhibiting the government that they are trying to create? Obviously, working with Blessed Geza. Blessed Geza has revealed that they are up to creating a new government. I think it cannot be less than that. Definitely, they are trying to show the people of Zimbabwe that they can do better than what is currently happening in Zimbabwe. So Sanyatwe, being part of the Chiwenga faction, is also trying to perform just like the other faction. We are seeing competition being made by very, very dodgy individuals and corrupt individuals like Owen Muta and Ncube. You speak of all the criminal activities that have been taking place in gold mining in Zimbabwe, particularly in Midlands as well as name of Owen Muta Ncube keeps on popping up. Definitely, he cannot be isolated. All these very dangerous groups involved in mining, stealing other people's gold, other traders, they cannot be isolated from Owen Muta Ncube. He has been doing these shenanigans on behalf of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa whilst he was in the Central Intelligence Organization, and it is definitely still going on. That is why it's easy for them to infect peanuts that they are donating in the form of vehicles, highly inflecting the figures anyway purposely to give an impression that they are doing work. It's a PR fight. It's a war of actually projecting PR stunts by both factions, which shows that really the fight is not yet over from the two warring factions within ZANU PF. So Sanyatwe, on the other hand, is trying to show what they are capable of doing, especially if they take over. The other faction, the individuals such as Owen Muta Ncube, they are also trying to prove that they have been in control. So it's a bakery of ZANU PF. A succession dispute. Anyway, not a good political culture that one would expect in a normal democratic country, but this is how a president is actually removed, especially in the case of Zimbabwe. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what? You become the very first one to watch us. You can actually financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Stay tuned for more program. Might invite